Hello, welcome to the Utah Prime Certificate Pilot Program webinar. My name is Jonathan Fry, a CTE coordinator at USBE.
And my name is Christy Schreck, the Early College Specialist at USBE. This webinar will share an overview of the Prime program and its application process. Currently, many Utah students are ready to engage in concurrent enrollment and CTE coursework before they graduate from high school. But the options they would like to pursue are not available to them through their school. Utah Prime empowers LEAs to provide course offerings to students that were formerly unavailable while being aligned with the local community's area of need.
The objective of the grant program is to expand opportunities for LEAs who offer limited concurrent enrollment and/or CTE classes to augment their class offerings and increase enrollment opportunities for each and every student. Funding would be used to establish CTE pathways, concurrent enrollment offerings, and enrollment, and/or recruiting students into the program, both in person and for distant learning programs. House Bill 336 and Board Rule R277-721 established the Utah Prime Pilot Program, an opportunity for students to earn their first credentials while still in high school. Utah Prime increases opportunities for all students to participate in advanced courses, concurrent enrollment, and career technical education courses prior to post-secondary schooling, which opens doors for Utah students while supporting the transition to higher education. The program grant offers financial support for a minimum of 8 LEAs, up to $100,000 per LEA, to increase availability and promote advanced coursework for all students.
This grant will make it possible for students to have course pathways available to them, which allows for the earning of a general education certificate, a letter of completion, that is transferable across Utah institutions of higher education. Additionally, this will make it possible for students to earn industry certifications through CTE course sequence pathways in high school and in local technical colleges, preparing them for employment opportunities after graduation. The intended outcomes will be to increase intentional CE courses completed by the pilot program, to grow CE courses being offered, as well as CTE pathway completers, to boost high school students completing technical education programs, and to improve student graduations. It's a capstone goal of increasing student enrollment in college and/or technical college programs after graduation.
There are 3 different levels of certificates in the Utah Prime Pilot Program: the Launch, the Discover, and the Transform credentials. Each credential offers students options in concurrent enrollment and/or CTE courses. The following slides will share more about each level in the Utah Prime program. At the first level, the Launch credential requires students to earn 6 concurrent enrollment credits, a CTE certificate, either industry or skill certifications, and have on file a plan for college and career readiness, or a PCCR. This particular credential is going to be awarded by the USBE to students who meet all the criteria.
In the Discover credential, which comes next, students have 2 separate opportunities depending on their interests, coursework, and plans for post-secondary education. The first is to earn the Discover Breadth Education completion, which will be awarded by the Utah State Board of Education, which you see on the left-hand side of your screen. This requires students to take at least one 3-credit course in each of the following categories that you see listed on the left, which includes classes in arts, humanities, life science, physical science, and social and behavioral sciences. On the right-hand side of the screen, you will see the Discover CTE Pathway Concentrator and Completer opportunities. This is going to be earning your traditional pathway, concentrator, and completer opportunities, and we've listed the variety of career clusters that this should possibly take place in, such as health, science, and manufacturing.
The final credential is Transform, and again there are 2 options, based on a student's post-secondary goals. The first is Transform General Education Certification, or Letter of Completion, which will be awarded by a USHE institution. This is based on a student completing their general education credit core requirements in written communications, quantitative literacy, and American institutions. When paired with the completion of the general education breadth area requirements, which happens in the Discover level, this leads to the general education requirements being completed for a student and being able to take the letter of completion with them as they move to their post-secondary education. The other option is Transform CTE Institutional Credential, which recognizes a student who earns up to 900 hours or 30 credit hours in a specific CTE pathway. This credential provides an individual the career opportunities or can be transferred to continued post-secondary work.